Ferrari Cup, Event 2, Round 2, on the streets of Moscow. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Opafed Gaming. I am the Opafed. We're driving a Ferrari F430 Challenge in our semi-pro special season, and we're driving it in a Ferrari Cup event. We're driving on the streets of Moscow at night on the St. Basil's View. We're doing 3 laps, and we started 22nd of 22, where we still sit at this moment. Now we're going to try and move up, but that's okay. These laps are fairly long, so it's going to take a little bit of time to do. And in the meantime, as you're ripping down the laps here, try and keep up with the pack and try and pass a few cars as you get a little bit familiarized with the track, or refamiliarized if you've driven it before. There's a few places, like right here, there's a straight section, and if you're close enough behind the guy, you can pass him, and just the same as the bridge that we just crossed over. And in a few minutes here, we're going to go back across that bridge again. So there's a few places where you can pass, but it's very, very difficult if you're not right behind the guy. Because if you have to use the straight stretch to try and catch him and then pass him, it's not going to happen. Because these guys, they slow down for the corners, but they speed up for the straights the same way that you do. Now it is Grid Legends that we're driving in, so a little bit of rough play on the track is allowed. Don't pay it no mind and just ignore it and keep going. Same for if you accidentally run into somebody, you know, when you rear end somebody or you rub them a little bit like that, don't worry about it, just keep going. But what you do want to worry about is any car in front of you that could spin out, lose a door, hit another car, or hit the wall. Because sometimes, not always, but I've seen it happen, when they spin out, they'll take out 1, 2, or 3 cars behind them. So you got to be careful of that, so watch out for that. Now this is a very high-paced race. It's just absolutely awesome to drive. And you're going to need probably close to all 3 laps at high speed if you want to win this race. Now, you got to remember, around corners like that one there, and it's going to happen more than once, I keep telling myself you got to respect the corners and slow down just before you get to them, so that you don't overshoot the corner and run into the wall. Now, I didn't hit the wall there, but I got close. I always try to drive the corner properly, but every once in a while, I'm no different than anybody else, and I want to win the race, and I want to do it in the first lap. You know, oh, he took himself out, look at that. And as I was trying to avoid him, I almost ran into those other 2 guys that passed me. So you got to be aware of what's going on at all times, you know. Anyhow, this here lap, we're about halfway through it, a little bit more than halfway. And we're still 15th, which is not very good, because that means half the race is gone and we've only moved up 8 cars. And we still got 14 cars to pass. So that's not a lot of time left. So we better get moving and do some fancy pants driving here and see if we can weave our way in between these cars and get ahead a few positions. Right by the bridge here is my favorite part. See, you get around those guys on the outside, and now we're going to pass these guys on the inside as we're going across the bridge. But had I been back a little bit further, I would not have been able to do that, because I wouldn't have been going fast enough. Anyhow, that's the way we like to try and catch up to these guys. Get around the outside on some of them. These streets are very narrow. Ooh, just missed the tires there. But if you're right behind them when you get by the corner, sometimes you can sneak by them. See, just like that. We get another one behind us and another one. It's almost like these guys are starting to give up. We've got 5 cars left in front of us, and we are just finishing our 2nd lap. Now we've got 3 cars in front of us, and this is my favorite part of the race. It's when you can see all of your competition. It doesn't matter how many cars it is, but if you can see all of them, then you know exactly how hard to push to get to that number 1 car, which is ahead of you. So now we like I said, these laps are going to take a little bit, so it's okay that I got 2 cars in front of me because they're both within striking distance, and we know we got that bridge to go over. So we've got a couple of places where we know we can get them, but we can't let that number 1 car get away on us. So I think we better pass this number 2 car and put ourselves in the 2nd place. But now we got to be careful. We're coming up to this corner too fast. Ooh, nice little drift around the corner. Got lucky that time, but you got to be careful that you don't overshoot the corner and slam into the wall. Now let's just stick to this guy like glue and hope we can stay there until we get to the bridge where we can have a little bit more room. A nice little straight section to pass him. Well, I tell you, this race is just, there's a few with the Ferrari through Moscow, through London, and through Shanghai. They're absolutely awesome races to play or watch. You know, the graphics are great, the gameplay is fantastic, and it's just a really cool race. I really enjoyed this one, and I hope you did too. And I hope to see you back again at OpenFed Gaming real soon. And until then, you've been racing with the OpenFed.